So what I'd like to do is I'd like to try and operate this radio, but not use this speaker to produce the sound, but use almost any other speaker, especially my little junky test speaker here, because if I blow this up, I don't really care. I don't want to blow the radio up, that's for sure. So the issue here is the speaker output, which is going to these wires, is designed around a certain kind of impedance or resistance in the speaker. As I think I mentioned earlier, it's either 8 ohms or something like that, or 600 ohms. That's a huge difference. If I put an 8 ohm speaker where the radio is looking for 600 ohms, I'm essentially putting in a short circuit. The short circuit will result in a much heavier current flow. The speaker might actually work. It might actually be making sound, but I was going to say, but even though it sounds normal, it may be burning up. Well, it can't do those two things. Another alternative is I put a large resistor in place of the speaker, put some instruments on it, read some voltages. After reading the voltages, I'll be more comfortable hooking this up. Or just go ahead and hook this up. Keep the volume low, turn the volume up a little bit. I'll find out pretty quick if this is going to do the trick or not. Then I can use a better speaker after this, once I'm more reassured. I think that's the approach. Well, not knowing which one of these is the volume yet, pretty sure it's this one. Turn them down. We'll hook this up where this plugs in. We will plug this in because we have to complete the circuit. So there'll still be energy going to the speaker, but not sound. We won't be able to hear anything at all. They'll just energize the magnet over here. Who cares? Plug that in. Maybe there's that switch and the resistor under there. I can switch it later. I don't know. Make this kind of thing permanent with a better speaker. It's kind of where I'm going with this. I'm in the process of abandoning this speaker. Just by the way, the reason for that is no matter how much I work on this thing, it's going to sound like crap. And I would lay odds that I could put a ton of effort in here and this speaker would be absolutely terrible. Might as well just get a brand new speaker, hide it away in the cabinet, nobody will see it. The sound will be fantastic coming out of this radio, blow everybody away. You know, throw this in the garbage and put this back in the radio, in the cabinet. Down the road, somewhere, somebody more skilled than me may take this, or Mr. R could very well send this off to, if he can find somebody who can actually restore this right back to proper operation. If you want. So it's not going in the garbage. I would never throw this in the garbage. So it's just going to, for a while, the life of this radio will involve a new speaker. That's my plan. Okay. Okay. I am settled. Over here. So the plug in, before I forget, we'll plug in the field coil here. Okay, that switch I was talking about is located here. It's got 3 positions. And no words. I don't even know if, you know, it's in a position. I don't know. Should it be in this position? I don't know. If it is what I think it is, it's compensating for the 120 volts coming in. Now I need to get something coming out of here. I need some. Boy, I don't know if I have plugs like that. Do I have anything like that? Let's see. Let's see what I got. Okay, that'll do it. Put these in here. Good. Now I'll just take a couple of flip leads. I want to verify that these are good. 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 So Mr. R, the owner of the radio, has reported to me that anytime he's tried to play this, it's been very quiet. And I'm suspicious it's nothing more than the bad speaker. And once we put a good speaker, this is hardly a good speaker here. Once we put a better speaker, just clip the wire. We will get a good volume out of it. It may not sound very good, but we'll get good volume. Let's just move this over here. Just now, we don't have any antenna. Put some kind of antenna here. Yeah, let's do an antenna. I could use a piece of test equipment, but let's try to operate the radio the way it was meant to be operated. This will be the short antenna. I'm not hooking the radio to ground, to earth on this terminal, but I think it would probably work much better if it were. I just have no convenient way of doing it here. And Mr. R lives in a high-rise building. It's way up. I think he mentioned to me he's on the 30th floor of a 45-story building. It's one of the bigger apartment buildings in Toronto. 30 stories up. Going to be pretty hard to find a good earth ground at that height. Okay, we'll plug in the radio. Okay, just trying to get those lights in the shot up here. Again, what could happen that would be a disaster? I totally got this wrong, and I'm about to put a lot more current through that little speaker than it's capable of handling. Chances of that are really small. This thing is being fed from an audio transformer. It's really quite small, but if it's going to produce fire, smoke, and flames, I want it to be on camera. So I've also placed it on a cardboard box for kindling, so we really get a raging fire going here. No, there's really no chance of that happening. Okay, with that famous last words, let's power this guy up. Remember, there's no on-off switch now, it's just on. And away we go. All is normal. Let her warm up. Listening for sounds. Screams of pain. Remember when I was tube testing, some of these 27 tubes take a long time to heat up. Wait a while. Wait a while until I'm just too impatient. If you remember in the schematic early on when we were looking at the power supply, there was this weird resistor arrangement. Maybe you don't remember. Here it is right here. This is the two identical resistors with one attached in the middle. This guy's almost certainly been replaced previously. Thought I heard a little funny crackly sound, but okay, here we go. Let's turn it up. I think this is the volume here. We get absolutely nothing. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the volume. Oh, nothing. Why nothing? What is going wrong? Okay, first of all, what's happening here? It looks like these tubes are not lighting. Why would that be? Because I got so much light in the shop I can't see it. Turn it down here. Very, very faint glow. So we're operating the radio right now at a very low voltage. If you look up here, it's not even on the scale yet, so we're probably down around 80, 85. Somebody mentioned to me that these rectifiers don't operate until something over 80. Maybe that's all that's happened here. So that means we got to give it the full power. Turn down, turn down. Full power, full power. Wow. Here we go. Okay, these are all visible now. Give it another moment. Everything's heated up quite a bit. Power up. Volume up, rather. Oh. Not a thing. I put the speaker over there where I can't get my ear close to it. Okay, this one here. Come on, baby. Surely to goodness. Okay, so there's a chance here. The clip leads not good. The speaker connection not good. Let's turn down the volume. Again, this is not really a shock hazard type thing. Let me come over here. And some speakers carry a high voltage. The ones like there's a high voltage in this speaker. So you gotta be just a little wise about what you're doing. And that can easily be beyond my capabilities. So I'm gonna stick my ear on this. Wow, it's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing coming out of this speaker. What was that? That's me just scratching the cone. Okay, this is really careful now. Don't touch too many things at once. What have I got going wrong here? Now I did change some of these tubes. I tested them all. Maybe a tube not making contact. Volume. Oh, volume was down. Oh, I hear something. Okay, good. Pretty clear that. I think it's pretty clear this is the volume. I mean, I'd be stunned if it isn't. So I heard some noise there. Why? I'd love to tune this, but I don't want to tune it. I don't want to turn the tuner. So we'll have to switch now to the signal generator coming in here. Get off the antenna. This way I'll have control over the signal that's coming in. I can set it to whatever level I want, including ridiculously high. So we're going to take this off. That's interesting. Oh! Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, anybody see that? This tube shorted. This tube flashed. Never seen that before. Never ever seen that before. You have to stop the video and look back at it. I don't want to make it happen again. What does that tell me? Not sure what I saw there. It was out of the corner of my eye. I may have to stop the video and look back at it. Definitely the sound coming out of that speaker was not the kind of sound you'd expect to hear from flipping an antenna on and off. The wire I was hooking up and unhooking goes nowhere. It's just laying on my ceramic floor. It goes nowhere. How could just a piece of wire touching the antenna cause the output tube to overload or do whatever it did? What did it do there? I don't like that. This is a good way to destroy a tube, I think. With the radio, I have 3 of these tubes. These 2 checked out good on the tube tester. The third one is a dud. It's not very strong at all. I don't want to mix. I don't want to have a dud and a good one in here. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so there's a phenomenon. I don't know what to make of it. Now, do I dare hook up my signal generator? Is there something terribly wrong here in this radio? Something that might damage my equipment? Crazy caution. I'm going to use a different meter. Check around a few things here. Everybody keep an eye on that tube right there. In fact, to help with that, I'm going to calm the lighting down a little bit. Here in my shop. See a little more. Yeah, it might cause my videos to become stuttery or something, but that's okay. We're going to use this meter over here. And DC volts, very high. I'm very worried that I make the slightest thing over here, that tube's gonna go again. Okay, well, we're gonna make the slightest. So I gotta try to watch the meter. This one here. I'm gonna put this at the 150 volt range. So 150 volts, full scale. That'll give a good indication if there's anything there. I'll pick this as a ground. You ready? We'll start with the ground terminal over here. If this causes something, I'll be getting nothing. Ready now? This is the antenna I hooked the wire up to. I don't expect anything. Okay, my expectation is the most this would do is make a little crackly sound in the speaker. It does. It does make a very little sound. Nothing happening on the meter over there. Let's make the meter really sensitive. It's 1.5 volts full scale now. Is there any voltage here? There is. You know, there's an AC voltage there because I can see the meter going like this, jumping. That usually indicates there's AC there. Okay, so we're on the AC 15 volt scale. Okay, tube's doing nothing, speaker making crackly sounds, meter not going anywhere. AC full scale is 1.5 volts. Meter's doing nothing, tube's doing nothing. Okay, I'm going to try the long antenna. Let's go back to DC. DC 1.5 volts. Let's watch again. watch the meter. So what I'm asking myself is, can I hook up my signal generator safely at this rate? I've already had it hooked up once. Okay, so on that score, signal generator, I have this little box in here. This box has a capacitor in it, so no DC can get back into my signal generator. So let's do this. I'm really just freaked out over this tube. Oh, it's not on camera. Let's keep an eye on that tube over here. I'm totally freaked out here. Ground. Okay. Signal strength very low. The signal generator is transmitting at 870 and the radio is tuned to roughly 870 in that area. I think I had these things lined up before. Okay, we're going to go on the antenna. How can an open piece of wire cause this thing to do its deal there? Okay, the signal generator is connected. Volume is turned up. A little bit of heat building up in right around here. Just a little bit. It's definitely getting warm. Is this changing the heater? The heater. I should be able to see that. What tube was it? It was the tube in here. Yeah, I smell a little something here. I don't know what it is. It could be the tape I have on some of these tubes. Could be this tape. That's definitely getting warm. I don't need that on there anymore. I don't think I'll stick it here. That's a hot tube. Focus. Concentrate. Maybe this one is. No, I'm looking for a heater going up and down as I turn these. I don't see it. So, okay. So we'll tune the signal generator now, see if we can get it to come out of the speaker. I just heard a click out of here, but I think it's just a heat expansion click. Okay, baby, let's put this up one. So this is a moderate signal. Most radios would react to this easily. There it is. It's quiet. Definitely volume. Definitely don't know what this is doing, so it's probably tone. Volume is extremely low. Okay, we'll turn this up. Now this is a powerful enough signal that any radio would pick this up. Something is really wrong here. It's possible the impedance of that speaker is inappropriate for what I'm doing. Sounds fairly clear, but wow, can you hear it? Let me put it up by the microphone here. And that's 400 hertz. That's 1,000. Not good here. So that should be screamingly loud. If everything we're doing, things were working the way I think they should be working, this would be screamingly loud. Okay, we gotta do one more thing. We gotta try another speaker here. And where is it? Okay, so I'm gonna leave leave the radio on because you're watching. You keep an eye on this. I'm going to run through my house and try to find another speaker. So just keep an eye on it now. Don't. If anything happens, you call me. This is what we're going to try. I'm going to try this as a speaker here. So this is the right vintage of speaker. I'm going to cut the power, pull this out. The difference now is this is a 600 ohm speaker. Is it? Is it really? Is it really, Jim? Jim, are you telling the truth? Or is it just more malarkey, or as my parents used to say, oh baloney? I heard that an awful lot in my life when I was a kid. My parents did not tolerate any nonsense. If the thing you were saying was nonsensical, you got called out right away. Well, it's 900 ohms. So I was telling the truth in that it's a high impedance speaker. I was lying about its actual value, but it's a far cry from 8 ohms. Notice that the connections here are exactly appropriate for going into a radio like this. Okay, stick them in. If you have a really bad impedance mismatch, you would get very low output. So if the radio is looking for 600 ohms and I'm giving it 8, very low output will be the result. Also, you know what else I could do? I don't know, it's a backup through a transformer. It might cause voltage disturbances just in the transformer, the output, and on the other side of it, which may have caused this thing to do what it did. I don't know, I'm half making that up. Okay, ready? Starting again with the lower voltage. Here we go. I don't know why I'm really starting it with a lower voltage, but I am. Okay, volume down. Signal still being fed in. Let's knock the signal down a bit. What we'll do, as you can see, the frequency we're transmitting into the radio now. Turn it up. Nothing. Okay, going full voltage here. This tube in particular really brightened up, so did the one in the can here. Volume up. Patience now. It takes a long time for some of these tubes to heat. Most tubes heat up 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It's not appearing to produce any output. Okay, let's turn the signal up. Oh boy, I got my head time I step in front. Got my head, as I reach forward, it's sticking my ear right in here. That might be a that just might not be the best thing to do. Up. Tune. Well, volume up. Whatever this is, up. So the volume controls are turned up. Try it again. Now I am going to stick my ear in here. Actually, I can stick my entire head in here. Let's do that. think that's the end of the road for now. I don't think I want to do any more testing with it. At this point I'm going to stop and think about what happened here, especially this tube that flashed over or arced over or whatever it did inside. Very mysterious to me. Okay, let me cut the power off to the radio before I forget. Yeah, so putting in this high impedance speaker didn't work. Probably the case is the original one's 8 ohms. It's really looking for 8 ohms. Put an 8 ohm speaker in, you barely hear anything. Something else is wrong. What could it be? What could it be? That's what we got to find out. Okay, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.